Where is Astral? What happened to Astral? Is Astral dead? Where is the Astral launcher? So many people have been asking me recently what is happening with Astral, when it's releasing, and if there's even any progress, because if there is any progress, none have been shown or announced. And I feel like at this point, just to stop people from asking me, I felt like I had to address the whole issue. Now, not a lot of you people might know this, but I am actually a developer for Astral, and I got that role back when Light was still the owner of Astral. And so I obviously have access to basically all the channels where there's supposed developers working on the launcher. And I can tell you that as soon as Light left, the whole project really died down, but why? For those people that are lacking context, Light, the previous owner of Astral, left the Astral project, or just the Astral Launcher project, or just Astral entirely. Now, why? We can't really tell. He did release a statement on why he left. He said that mainly it was just because he was getting so much hate from creating a client where people would go ahead and say that it's just a texture pack, it doesn't do anything, which they do have a point to an extent, but Light basically got all the hate instead of the people, instead of the YouTubers that actually created the notion that this was an FPS booster. Light never said that Astral Client was an FPS booster in any single way. If anybody, it was me, which I have done research. I have my own reasons to believe that Astral improves or stabilizes the FPS, but Light just basically got hit with a stick for no reason, even though it was, in my opinion, every single YouTuber's fault that has ever put FPS in their title when reviewing Astral. And at that point, Light just didn't have any more fun in coding the launcher, which I think it was basically 80% him, like 80% of the code was all Light. And Nathan, which actually not a lot of people know, is actually also a developer for Astral and also for Nether Games. So it was I think a difficult situation for Nathan when probably Light told him in private that he wanted to quit, and Nathan didn't know what to do. He obviously made a statement saying that in his opinion it was the right decision to keep the launcher going and keep working on it, but as we all know, that's basically halted. The last statement Nathan even did about Astral Client was almost 2 months ago, being that he now has 3 devs working on Astral and that he has big plans for the Astral launcher. And 6 days earlier, he also said that he obviously wanted to go ahead and continue developing both Astral Client and Astral Launcher, which, as we can see again, didn't really happen. Now, he did release something about a month ago on the 15th of November saying that I need to clear something up. Many people say that Astral is dying or the launcher needs to be released soon. We have had the same download counts over months and a peak on every release. Many people are still interested in Astral Client. I'm pretty sure the launcher will increase the attention to Astral, but I don't think that it will get more downloads and attention than the resource pack. Maybe the activity of this Discord decreases because of many reasons, but the same will happen with the launcher or without the launcher. By the way, the Discord joins increased in the last week, which is trying to say that it's still gaining popularity, and we try our best to make the server more attractive and independent of the resource pack or any other releases. So, I think what he's trying to say here is that he doesn't want this to be focused just around the Astral, and more of just like the users, and more maybe of like the SMP that's now going on.
What?
Obviously, the earlier release date was January. I can tell you with huge certainty that this will not release in January. It's not even gonna get close to January. We have seen, I mean, I have a developer, have seen no GitHub changes, which is what we're using to develop. We have seen, like, basically no edits. Yeah, just basically no edits at all to the client, and there's just overall no progress. There have been a ton of progresses to the bot, to like other stuff, but just not the actual launcher itself. But what is the reason for that? Why is there no further progress? Again, Nathan had big plans with this. Why isn't he moving forward with those? Now, it's difficult to assume what the problem could be, but I'm assuming that it's gonna be mainly based on other games. Obviously, Nathan is currently the head of development at Astral, and with him focusing maybe like right now a lot on Nether Games, I can understand why the progress is diminishing or just taking a halt. It's just because Nether Games might be requiring more of Nathan's time, which I understand. I still think Nathan might have enough time to still work on it, so I honestly don't have a good answer on why there just is no time to continue working on the launcher. Now, as for the resource pack, most people might know that for many versions now, it's been said that it was going to be the last version, but it's shown that the Astral client is just so popular, even with all the criticism. It is just so popular, and so many people like it, for a good reason. It's a very good client, texture pack, whatever you want to call it, and obviously they want to keep that going. Initially, we wanted to not work on it anymore, just because it was a big waste of time, and I wanted to focus all this time onto the launcher, and not on the texture pack that wasn't gonna radically change, like Bedrock and PvP, and like launchers, and stuff like that. So, we basically didn't work on any client versions anymore. But with Light leaving, that has changed. Now we're going to be focusing more on the actual client. We now have Chris Salt working on the client, which he developed the actual Java UI. So that's going to be very interesting to see how the client is going to develop. We're definitely going to see new client versions coming out in the future. But as to the launcher, there really is no certainty that this is actually going to get finished. Obviously, Nathan might have the willpower to actually push it through. And Nathan has said to me that he wants Astral to be something different, something better. Not just another fake client, not another Helix, not another, I don't know, what else do we have? He wants this to be Astral. He wants this to be the best, and he wants the client or the launcher to basically be better than any other launcher for months to come. He wants that to be the biggest leap coding-wise for a launcher. He wants this to be the biggest leap for mods. And we obviously know that there is an existing working launcher. Light himself has played on other games with the working launcher, so we know it is working. We know there's a working version. It's just stuff like the mod page that is needing an upgrade or just improvement. There's also probably stuff like the menu that they have to continue working on, auto updates, stuff like that. I'm not gonna go ahead and show screenshots of all that work because I feel like that's confidential. Again, we do have a lot of the stuff done. It's just the problem is it's difficult to just finish it off and finish off the last details. Or maybe they're just trying to add like radical new mods that we've never heard of, like motion blur maybe. Who knows? But that was just my take on what is happening with Astral, why it's currently somewhat postponed, and what we could possibly hear from it in the future.